Hi there. In this video we'll be replacing the battery of a Huawei P30 PRO. I'm not going to exactly show you how to remove the glass because on this one I already removed it in another video which will be linked in the description. So the second time I did not replace the glue all around. The second time for me it should be much easier. Yes, the phone is not waterproof at this point in time, not dust proof, not anything proof. We do not really care. I knew that I want to change the battery. First time I ordered one that I realized later it was actually second hand and made, I think, in 2020 or something like that. If I have any pictures with it, I will put it next. Well, sent that one back and actually got a new one, 2024 February, and end of February, 29. Did 2024 actually had a 29 date February? Anyway, because I'm not putting a second-hand battery to go to all the trouble and maybe end up with the same battery life. I wanted a new one, and this is an original new battery from a reputed seller, so I trust them. Now let's open this thingy up. Normally you want a suction cup, heat it up and pull on it and put some prying tools, but this is glass, so extremely careful underneath it all around. Don't push it too much because you end up destroying PCBs and flex foils and whatnot. But for this one I'm just going to get a tool and slowly pry it up from one end because I think this will release much easier this time. This corner is even a bit lifted up. This is being held in a quite nice case, so this is why I don't really care that the back of it isn't properly glued anymore as in a new phone. It's just sitting in here with the old reused glue. For our purpose it's quite enough. What I want to do now is slowly just go around and start prying it up without breaking the glass itself, because that would make a really bad day for us. I don't intend to change the glass on this, and if you push too much, yep, you have a good chance of changing the glass. I might actually heat it up, even if it's the second time I'm using this factory glue. I might still heat it up just a tiny bit with a hairdryer, nothing more. And obviously I hope it's not necessary to tell you, but anyway, the phone is off. So shut down your phone before doing any of this. It will take a bit of prying. And as you can see, it's coming apart. Again, for you it will be much harder because it has all sorts of glue in the corners, which I actually completely removed. I only left the double-sided tape on the edges, and that one actually stick for the second time, and I will not replace it even now. We do not care again if this is waterproof at all. We just want easy access in case anything needs to be fixed again in the future, and this was easy enough, I think. So next step, let's put our eyeballs in this area. I think I need to remove this, which is probably some EMI tape. This one seems to be on top of everything, so I'm not expecting there's any chance to get to the battery without removing this, and obviously my fingernails don't seem to be going underneath it. Sorry about my fingers looking a bit weird. Worked a bit in the yard today, had a few projects that I wanted to work on, and yeah, my hands are a bit messed up from that. Okay, this is coming off slowly. Hold on to the coil. I think this is the wireless charging coil. Okay, presumably if I bend it just a tiny bit more, it should stay and not fall flat again in there. This could also be NFC coil at the same time. Let me see if I can just flip it, or I actually need to unglue it. No, it seems I can just flip it. So what I want to see now, do we have access to no, we don't. So let's open this thing up. Yeah, we'll be doing this in high speed. I was looking at it, I was thinking, what the hell is this thing? Is it a switch? Is it? No. So luckily I didn't start trying to get it apart. This is the final screw, and it's also a water ingress detector. Let me put some saliva on it. Maybe not enough. Aren't you a detector? I was expecting this to turn red. Is it just a seal? Okay, I guess. This does not make sense, and I think the camera is attached to the wrong thing. I think it popped out and remained glued to the frame instead of remaining glued to the socket. So what I need to do now is try and it actually remained glued to the wrong thing. It shouldn't be glued to this frame. It went out of its little socket. Oh, damn it. Somehow. What? Whew. This has the potential to create lots of damage. Let me try and see if I can slowly push from here to free it somehow. Wow. I'm actually pushing, but I don't want to push too much on the flex foil. Jesus. This is not how this is supposed to come apart. I can tell you that for a fact. Maybe from this end I need to push. Ah, that was it. Jesus. Why do I need to open this up? I just want to change the battery. Are you coming out or? No, it's not coming out. Jesus Christ, what happened here? Okay. I want to unplug this, but whoa, I don't have any tool that is small enough to be able to unplug that without any damage. Let's see with the tweezers, just freaking slowly from one corner pull up. Ha, unlocked. Okay, now we have this module unlocked. This doesn't seem to be coming out of the way, but it's unlocked, and maybe now the cameras are free to fall out. I'm just guessing. I pray that you are not in the same situation. Cameras are still not falling out. They are moving a lot, but still something is holding them. Oh, 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 oh. Jesus, still not yet. What the freaking hell? What is still holding? Another flex. F me. You can see that glued right in there, and it shouldn't. Right in the middle of the screen. Hey. Ay, 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 ay. So I need to unhook. Jesus Christ. Another thing. Whew. This should not come out like that. I shouldn't need to take out the camera for what I'm doing here. This shouldn't have been glued there. What happened? Why did this thing end up being glued in here? Jesus, what happened? Yeah, 4 years old phone. It just ended up being glued in there. There's no glue, there's nothing special in there, just some foam to hold it in place, but it ended up gluing. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, I hope you don't encounter this issue, because as you can see, wasn't fun at all. Next steps. Yeah, I'm using this. If you have any better options, like maybe a plastic tool, but the ones that I have are... Oh, okay. I wanted to say they are not strong enough. It seems they are. Now what you could do, also remove everything in here. Or, if you feel brave, just lift this up and do it like that. But I don't feel that brave seeing what I've seen now. So let's remove these freaking screws at the bottom of it also. was looking at this and it seems to be actually held in place with two screws that we already removed. So can we get it out? Yeah, it fell. Oh Jesus, I didn't even film. I was basically lifting from the corners on this connector. Yikes. I will clean that before putting it back in place. What in God's name happened here? I don't like that. Anyway, so now we are kind of free. Let's see what happens. Cache number 2, peeling off number 2. It's okay ish, more or less, and it shows for number 3 we actually pull on it. Yeah, so disconnected once again. Yeah, I'm sure this will work. Are you kidding me? This will not freaking work. I'm putting hell of a lot of force on this battery, believe me. Seems to be moving, but way more force than I would like to put on it. This is alcohol in here, not what it's written on the container, just a tiny bit under to get things going, and on the other side same thing. And let it stay for a few minutes and then try again. I don't know if anything happened. Hop, 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 hop. Huh, alcohol trick did it. It helps soften the glue just a tiny bit, enough for this to be coming out. Yay! And as always, a tiny bit bent. But luckily not perforated or anything. Now, because our new battery actually has the whole 9 yards in here, we kind of need to get rid of all of this freaking stuff. Yikes. You can see a bit of my alcohol, it went in there. I don't even know what needs to stay and what needs to come out. I'm guessing the isolation plastic needs to stay, this one. And this should have came out a bit easier. It doesn't really want to cooperate in this particular area, but now it's fine. And let's put in the new battery. Okay-ish. Yeah, I see a peel tape. Okay. Yes, obviously you might want to wear gloves while doing all of this to not leave marks inside the phone or to prevent possible future corrosion. I don't think this phone will last enough for us to worry about that. Okay, so in theory, at this point, we kind of need to align it. Many suggest you actually plug it in at the moment and then unplug it again until you finish the whole process, but plug it in just for a short while to allow for a proper alignment. So I'm thinking I want to do that. Okay, it's plugged in. And it's in. Okay, battery is in. And looking exactly as the other one because it's an original battery. Now unplug the battery once again, lift this just a tiny bit, and start putting back stuff. What are we putting back first? This thingy that I want to try and clean somehow. So be back in a second. I will use just a tiny bit of alcohol and see what happens, and some Q-tips. Nope. I think actually these are supposed to look like this. Could be kind of an order when each of them connects with your charger or data cable. So okay, I cleaned as much as I could, but it still looks like that, so probably it's just fine. I'm also going to clean the port and a tiny bit, and I heard something just fall. That little guy right here, which is, I'm going to show you in a moment. It's locking in the camera. Awesome. But yeah, just want to mention, before starting to put everything back together, let's check out together PCBWay's website. They are today's video sponsor. PCBWay can provide for you rigid PCBs, flexible PCBs, rigid flex PCBs, CNC parts, 3D print parts, and many more PCB assemblies if you want to get directly the PCB with everything on it. And now they are holding their 11th badge design contest, and you can enter it. All the details will be in the link in the description. And I'm going to just quickly show you this contest is ongoing until 30th of April. And now let's get back to our project. Let's start putting this back together. I think this is almost all the way in. And it's in now. Okay, great. I think we shouldn't even have opened up the screws from this side, only from this side. But hey, it's a bit late for that now, isn't it? So yeah. But don't be a moron like me, and remember that you actually need to plug in the flex itself. Make sure the others are all plugged in. Normally they are. Okay, that one is in. I don't see anything else that should be plugged in. Antennas in this area, I think, kind of connect by themselves with some elastic pins, so they should be just fine. Put all the screws back in here. Next step, we can connect the flex foil right here. Load connectors. Clipped one, clipped the second one. Make sure they are all the way in. This one, for example, wasn't all the way in from the first clip, so that would have not worked. Okay, yes, obviously you can wipe this down with something if you want. Yeah, for me, I don't really care about that at this point in time. put back the camera module, which normally, hopefully, you are lucky and it's not even out at this point in your phone. But for me it is, so I need to clip that in place, although it doesn't seem to be aligning here. Or maybe it is aligned, but I just didn't press enough. Yeah, it was aligned, but I just didn't press enough. Okay, cool. Here we have two flexes, one under the other. So press the first one in place. Okay, and the second one in place. Hopefully this didn't get damaged by all that pulling and wiggling while I was trying to get this apart. Obviously, make sure you clean the sensors. This one, for example, got some fingerprints from me, so we do not want that on it. Sensors, the glasses, sorry about that. Normally these other two should be a bit safer because they are a bit recessed, so in theory you shouldn't be able to do anything to them. Did I manage to get some dirt in here? Yep, I did. A tiny speck of glue. You do not want that in here. Okay, we'll clean again at the end when we are actually putting this back together. Now, what else? Oh, what else? Yeah, there's a cool little gadget that needs to go in there. Yikes. So this thing somehow goes under this. Can you really see something? So it goes under this, more or less kind of locks in there under. And now you kind of push it down, at the same time push it forward, so it goes under what we have in this end, and then it needs to come back. It's gonna be tricky, freaking tricky. Is it actually in? I don't know if that's in. I don't like how it stays in there, but could be in. Nope, that's actually in. Doesn't go in any other way in. Now we kind of need to add this. Oh Jesus, I didn't even see how this was supposed to go, what was up and what was down. This thingy, I mean. But I'm thinking this was up, because otherwise probably it will not fit properly, so let's see. Yeah, I was right. Lucky. Pure damn luck, nothing else. Okay. Ah, jeez. I hate that I'm zoomed down. So, this side has all sides of steps and whatnot, so that stays down. Put it on top of the battery, the camera, and it falls into place. Okay. Whew. If you want, you can put this thing on the screws in the lower part as some sort of seal. I avoid warranties. I don't make warranties, so yeah, for me that is a non-issue. Now put this thingy back. Actually, no, sorry about that. We need to plug in the battery, and let's hope for the best and we don't have a fire, because this is the moment now. That's it. Yeah, I plugged it again because that was highly anticlimactic. Yeah, it just presses in there, no click, no nothing. Okay, extremely anticlimactic. Antennas are pushed in, flex foil is pushed in, this one is again pushed in. I think that's the display. I didn't really touch that one, but yeah, front camera, it's pushed in. I don't want to take any risks. Yeah, this is front camera in case it wasn't visible on camera. Camera. And now I think we can come with this, which again will make contact with many antenna pins all around. Did I tell you that I hope... this actually has some latches that probably go under the frame. Okay. Didn't know about that. Well, it's a bit late now, isn't it? So, or are they just spacers? Anyway, no freaking clue. I'm just slowly pressing it in place and trying not to break it. Something does not align here. Maybe I should get it out and put this side in first. Something isn't aligned. The camera is not in its place. That's interesting. Why is the camera not in its place? You see? It's actually bumping into the camera. But why is that happening? Is the whole camera module a bit shifted? Yeah, that seems to be the case. Okay, something's wrong here. Get it out again and try to put this corner in first. That could actually, presumably, hopefully, help us. And now obviously it doesn't want to come out, because why would it? Okay, and it's out. So this is more finicky, presumably. Let's put it in first. There's a clip. There's a freaking clip. Right here we have a clip. So I think we kind of need to make sure that that one clips in first. But the camera is still in the way just a tiny bit. It clipped. Okay. I think we are good now. And now, yeah, wiggle it around to get it into position. Jesus. One little step, if you do it in the wrong order or something, nothing is going according to plan anymore. Okay, in theory we are good. So now let's put all the screws back in here in high speed, all 10 of them. Put a little bit of a pause on high-speed screwing. This wasn't in its position because we needed to remove the camera module. This was on top of it, not under it, so this screw wasn't really threading in its place, and now it did. I just needed to push the camera out of the way and make sure this enters, and now everything should be a bit better into position, I hope. Let's continue in high speed. keep it in place, and in theory fold this on top of it, and we should be good to go. There are two variants now. Of course, make sure again this is clean, absolutely. Your camera lenses are clean. Whatever you will use to clean them, make sure it's not abrasive in any sort of way. I'm happy with how clean this is. You could basically try to turn it on before putting the back. Yes, normally you replace the whole glue all around, yada yada yada. I do not really care about that. I think it's enough for our needs how this will stick together. And yeah, I hope it's working without doing any testing. Do your best. Maybe I can zoom out of it. Nope, too zoomed out. Zoom a bit in. Try to align this back as good as possible, obviously. But if you are using the glue, it's kind of self-aligning and self-gluing, not very well, not watertight, not really probably dust tight, but good enough. And at this point in time, let's see. Does this battery have any juice in it, or we need to plug it in? Doesn't seem to have absolutely any juice. Oh, it has some juice. Ha ha ha. Okay, so at least it's not fully dead. I'll report back if everything is working as expected. So, camera number 1 working. Let's see front camera. Yep, that one working also. Let's see zoom working. Wide angle working. Yeah, we are good. Everything seems to be working just fine, so I'm going to pop this back in its case. Again, this is keeping it together really well, this particular case. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Feel free to ask in the comments how the new battery fares compared to the old one, if there are any issues after this battery replacement. But from what I'm seeing now, everything is just fine, but it was way trickier than I expected, and we encountered a few issues because of the age of this phone and how much stuff just sticks together where it maybe shouldn't stick together that good or at all, like that weird connector. So yeah, again, hope this video helps you, in which case please give it a like. Check out my other videos, check out PCBWay, link is in the description for them, our sponsor, and as always, see you in the next video. Bye.